What's poppin' YouTube and internet? This is Brian from reviewtheworld.com, your grandma's favorite site. And what we're doing right now is something that I've had in my mind for a year plus, and that's the neighborhood tour. I'm gonna swing you around my childhood neighborhood where I grew up, the birthplace of Review the World, but also yours truly. And we're just gonna do this. This is completely on the fly, spontaneous. It has not been rehearsed, practiced, scripted. We're literally hitting record and going. Behind me you see Circle K. When I was a kid it was called Dairy Mart, and actually before that, when I was real little, it was Stop and Go. It's nice though having this in your neighborhood. If you know, just hell, right down the block. Now, the blue and white house, that's my house, and we'll come around and kind of in there. That white house across the street was my grandparents' house. Again, I feel that that's a can of worms that I could talk about at length, and we won't go into that aspect of it. Maybe a video for another time.
Yeah, just more pointing out the location. And
yeah, now this house here, it's interesting. When my dad, his family moved here from Detroit, it was probably the late 50s, early 1960s. And this is where they moved into. So, kind of interesting. Now, when I was a kid, there was two brothers that lived in this house. And I remember at one point, they were out of town, and the mom paid me 20 bucks to watch their wiener dog, make sure it had water and food. It was usually chained to this little metal grate. Now it's weird because forever there was a fence here. The newest...
In fact, I think when I got to know you, there was a fence here.
There's always been a fence here. Whoever owns it now, I've never really... I don't really see him or know him. But he changed everything. For example, he basically built a yard-sized shed in the backyard, which really, I mean, maybe I'm just being a star. I missed the way it used to look. That just seems strange to me. But this shed, though, has been here for a long time. In fact, it used to have a little basketball goal on it. I'd slam dunk. But, so yeah, this was my neighbor's. Now you're looking at primo real estate. This is the alley behind my street, Parkamo. This is where we rode our bikes at. This is where we played ball. This is where we played war. Up and down these streets, some of my first kisses and moments. You know, happy moments, sad moments, angry moments, all that stuff. This is where my boyhood, my childhood was. Before I go over here, I want to point out this yard here. When I was a kid, a brother and sister moved into the neighborhood. Jamie and Miles. I still kind of, with Facebook and stuff now, you can still kind of touch base with people. They live in that white house. This yard here was perfect for playing football, man. You just run. You know, great yard, long rectangular yard, perfect for that sort of stuff. Besides, you know, sports, we'd also set up a little bike ramp. That took place here. Now this is my childhood house. And again, it's a video for another day because I can literally spend an hour plus just taking you around and talking about the backyard, talking about all the adventures I have with my action figures, telling you about the swimming pool we used to have. What you can see though, briefly, the basketball hoop remains. We put that in probably, actually it might have a date.
see, I can
There's
wait. Yeah,
there. 92,
93.
93.
Oh God, yeah, it comes out in clear on the camera.
And then you see, this is Den, DN. That's my brother, BOSS. That's me, Boss. Yeah, that's my my handle, my nickname. And
yeah, and then I think even your mom's name over here.
Yeah, I think Bev and Dennis.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite memories, I will tell you, while we're making our way.
That rim's old enough to drink, man.
This, not only did we play here, but this was a hub for neighborhood activity. And one particular day, I remember coming home, actually, Crawford Woods. I've done a video on it previously, neighborhood park. I came home from there, and there was like a 5-on-5 pickup game going on. And we used to have, my mom used to work at Burger King, and she'd bring home the buckets that the pickles come in, big green buckets. We'd flip them upside down, and we'd use that as our bench. So imagine, you know, a dozen green buckets along the fence. And there's all kinds of dudes, you know, riding the bench with their towels on, drinking Gatorade. Big game. I just, you know, walking in my backyard like, whoa. You know, I don't feel that sense of, you know, that energy, that life in the neighborhood anymore. Maybe, you know, a generational thing, not as many youngsters, but we'll move on. We'll come back to the house later. Also, the alley is really known for a lot of dogs barking. I'm surprised we haven't encountered any yet. I'd be remiss. And Nick, as cameraman, you know this place too.
Yeah.
May of 1997, we started the UWO, United Wrestling Organization, Backyard Wrestling Federation. And I know a lot of you thinking backyard wrestling, man, that's got a bad reputation. And some of that is rightfully deserved. You know, kids are being irresponsible, but we usually did it for the fun. And we did it for a long time, but it all started here inside the garage. And then as we got older, the garage couldn't contain us, so it moved out to the backyard. And later on, it moved all over the place, including some auditoriums, a karate dojo. I mean, we did it big, but it started here. And the roof itself, I wasn't the first, but I was probably the most well known for coming off of the roof. And so...
Whoa. Haha, smile.
But Chris and Daryl, that's the name of the guys that lived here growing up. You know, me and Dennis, Chris and Daryl, one house between us, you know, lifelong friends. So, pretty cool. I don't remember this being quite foresty over here.
Actually, I remember there was always some sort of vehicle parked there.
Man, a lot of vehicles. And so that's, you know, that's the central hub, is the top of the alley. I don't have as much anecdotes, more of just a general kind of bringing you through now.
We've shot, you know, over the years, hundreds might seem over the top, but that might be right with as much filming as stuff we've done in this alley, just so much random things.
I mean, everything from the wrestling, we've done short films and skits here.
Before Jackass was even a show, we did Random Acts of Stupidity.
Yeah, Random Acts of Stupidity, which later on became the Oh Brother Team, OBT, which you can find plenty of that on the reviewtheworld.com archives. Just go to the OBT section and get a shot from the front as I walk towards you, and you can kind of see the world opening up behind me. Children of the Corn was filmed here. No, it was not. So this was a house actually, and now it's been laid to waste.
Yeah,
it's an empty lot, fairly recent.
Something that's been going on around town actually, where they've just been.
I got to tell you, there used to be a really old lady that lived on this house, like a hermit lady, you know, a neighborhood kind of myth. And she would sit out there and eat, you know, the canisters of Cool Whip. That's all she ate. Literally, that was her diet. And so you would see stacks of Cool Whip, you know. Weird, but it gets a little rockier here, you know. Looks like some fine earthenware pots is made up this
yeah. This isn't the ruins of Pompeii.
Now where I live, this neighborhood, it's all hills. Not only is the alley a hill, but Parkamo, my street, was a hill. Grand Boulevard over here, like, it's all hills.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you know, you get to enjoy the thrill of going downhill, but you learn at an early age to get stamina to go uphill. And that's something very specific to this neighborhood.
In fact, it's actually where the neighborhood got its name from.
Yeah, so this is the knob. That's what they call it. I call it that affectionately. Some people maybe not so much. But, I mean, Hamilton as a city has got pockets. You know, it's got, it's sort of like a mini New York, how New York's got the different neighborhoods. The different boroughs, as it were. Hamilton's got, you know, the North End. It's got the West Side, Germantown.
Lindenwold.
But this is the knob, man. Some people also refer to it as Hamiltucky, and you'll see your share of barefooted people drinking 64-ounce Big Gold Mountain Dews, and I'm not gonna knock it, man. You know, do what you do. You only live once, right? All right. So when I was a kid, I don't know. You know, it's been years. They've probably long since passed. But in this blue house, an old couple used to be a good spot to ride skateboards, man. You know, pop a trick. And so the alleys run up and down throughout the neighborhood. Now, I would be remiss. We've talked about it before. We've shot there many times. Go back to RtW TV. I did a little tribute to Van Buren Elementary School. We're not going to walk up there now. But behind the facade of this church used to be my elementary school. It's been leveled. It's just an empty field. You know, how long have we been running so far, time-wise, does it say?
I'm not sure if it says, but I'd say, oh, that's interesting timing. I'd say we've probably been doing it about 11 minutes or so, if I had to guess.
Okay.
So we're actually doing pretty good.
Right now, we're at Parkamo, going this way. Lincoln goes this way. And I'll slow my roll a little bit because I feel like we've been a bit quick. We're going to go up Parkamo. Now, this is the street. This is my street, man. This is where I grew up. And not having the school there is weird for a lot of us that have been here our whole lives because you're used to the bustle of activity, hearing the kids as they're walking home, fighting, and you know. And so, no more. Now, I've probably spent time on every porch or inside just about every house along this stretch at one point or another the past 30 years. So a lot of personal history, but knowing that I wanted to do this video too, it had to be done right. It had to be done at a certain time of year. A good thing about our region, southwestern Ohio, we get all 4 seasons in abundance. So we get a nice snowy winter, very cool. You know, spring is cool. Maybe it doesn't stand out as much as the other ones, but fall, Hamilton and fall, beautiful, man, especially at the beginning. All these trees, golden yellows, oranges, browns, just fantastic shades. And so, but summertime, when I go back into my mind and I hit the time machine and I'm thinking of Parkamo Avenue, it stays like this, nice hot summer days. And so that's what, oh, and by the way, I'm wearing my 6th grade graduation shirt. Actually, you can see your boys, John Hancock. Now, don't try to copy that and sign that on anything, man. And put it on eBay. I want royalties if you do so. If you're signing bags of Rap Snacks and saying that it's Brian Hampton's, man, I'm gonna get my lawyer to settle that. But, little parch, man. That's another good thing about having the corner store if I want to swing by and.
Are you filming him?
No doubt. How you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Hey man, local celebrity. So we're making our way up to the top. And it's also too, it's funny when you're a kid, everything seems so much larger. Like Parkamo itself and the hill seem like when you're at the bottom, a hole to get to the top. Very brisk, you know, walk now. We'll keep pushing forward. What's up, man? If you've dwelled into the archives of RtW, you're probably familiar with the Freestyle Walking Club. We have some notoriety, you know, some very popular videos in their own right. And this neighborhood was a huge, I mean, this is kind of where the sport got birthed. You know, right here, coming off this with a little rock star. So, something that we always try to urge people when we did those videos. Opportunity to go outside in your neighborhood and explore. You saw it just right there. We urge that to this day. Interact with your environment. Actually put, you know, shoe the pavement like this. I see a golden pussy. All right, feast upon 1407. Parkamo, the Ivy. Here is the house where Repeat the World was born. This is where I spent the better part of my life thus far. I don't know, I hope you got a sense. Butch, what's up, man? Happy birthday, man! See, man, social media, man. It keeps us all connected. Let's go ahead and we'll wrap it up at 1407. What do you think? When I was a kid, we had an awesome porch swing, man. But I don't know about these tomatoes. Well,
yeah, the weather has been kind of crazy.
So I'm bringing you around. Behind this is a window that leads into the basement where I spent my teenage years, and not a very good way to block it. I had ivy growing all throughout.
Yeah, I remember always.
It was a rainforest, man. I liked it. Get this sticker, man, because in some of my childhood photos when I'm a little boy, you see this sticker in the background. The kind of border of it is embedded permanently into this window from years, decades of sunshine. Just you see like the fireman holding the child. I don't know, man. Yeah. Alright guys, well, we'll head back and round it off. So the place looks a lot different. My dad, you know, his health as he's gotten older, you know, has deteriorated, so the city's putting in a lift for him and stuff. So as things, as it goes, man, like, you know, nothing stays the same, man. Nothing golden can stay, as they say. And so the yard doesn't look like it did when I was a kid, but it lives on. Not just up here, but a lot in here. So that was the neighborhood tour. Thanks for watching. This video rounds off a very strong, in my opinion, 2014 on RtW. Who knows what the future holds, man? But live in the moment now. And if you have the opportunity, I don't know, a lot of people move around a lot, but if you can get back, maybe not physically, maybe it's, you know, states away, but if you can get back in here and in here to your childhood neighborhood, reconnect sometime, man. Spend a little time there. This is Brian. I'm out of here. Thanks for coming to Parkmo Avenue and the Knob, hanging out with me for a little bit. We'll see you guys later.